Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. The Las Vegas, Nevada HyperX Arena here at the Vegas Bowl at the SFL convention. And we can't think of a better way to start off Season 19 Week 1 action than with this exciting matchup between the Seattle Nemesis expansion team here in Season 19 going up against the Charleston Predators. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Nate Hall, and I will be your broadcaster here this afternoon. We welcome you here to the SFL convention here in Las Vegas. And for the Seattle Nemesis, as we mentioned, they are one of the 4 expansion teams coming in here in Season 19, and they'll be looking to bring in their rookie quarterback, Charles Blanton, round 1, pick 3 rookie quarterback out of Albuquerque in the minor leagues to try to make a name for himself here in the majors. And Charleston, who lost in the quarterfinal rounds of the playoffs last year to Louisiana, looking to have a strong season again this year under owner and coach Jack Brown. And here as we get to coin toss, getting ready to go here in Charleston here in the Las Vegas convention. We are about ready to set for kickoff here from Charleston. Looks like we have Seattle here getting ready to kick the ball off. This is Christian Ronald Suey, the kicker for Seattle. Ball's on the tee. And we are underway here in Charleston, live from the Las Vegas convention. Return from about the 15-yard line, spin move. We've got a return up to the left side, and it gets returned and tackled from about the 36-yard line. That was number 12, Sarah Storm, on the return. Sarah Storm coming over from the London Knights, returning this season for Charleston. And we'll see quarterback Kentez Johnson in his second season with the Predators at quarterback, under center to bring his troops out for this first drive for the Predators. First attempt from the 36-yard line, pro set for Kentez Johnson. We'll go over the starting lineup after this play. Kentez Johnson back to throw, and nobody home, and that goes falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. As we mentioned, the starting lineup here for the Charleston Predators: quarterback Kentez Johnson, number 5. Keith Swearingen at number 32 for the halfback. Terrell Sutherland is the fullback. Christopher Ochoa, the wide receiver, along with Sarah Storm and Davious Reed. Dusty Rourke is your tight end, along with Dusty Wilson and Damian Robichaud along that offensive line. 2nd and 10 now from the 36-yard line. Pro eye set with a single off to the left wide receiver. Simple out route off to the left-hand side, and that's going to be number 18, Davious Reed, the wide receiver coming over from Los Angeles in his first season here at Charleston for a nice out route. Good 3-yard gain to get the first completion for Kentez Johnson to bring up a 3rd and 7. Early 3rd down test here for Kentez Johnson for the Charleston Predators. 3rd and 7 from the 39-yard line. Kentez Johnson on the center back to throw. Deep drop over the middle. That's going to be a wide open completion. He's got running lane all the way down the 36-yard line. That's another completion over the middle for Davious Reed. Davious Reed, 2 completions in a row. This one goes deep and long over the middle for a nice completion and a big 3rd down. Big first down over the middle all the way down to the Seattle 36-yard line. What a play. 36-yard line now for Kentez Johnson. Offset eye this time, strong side. Hands the ball off for the first time to Swearingen. Wide open, oh, spin move! 15, 10, 5! And he gets tackled all the way down the 5-yard line, does Swearingen. And these Charleston Predators on this first drive has the ball moving almost at will on this first drive of the ball game. 3 or 4 plays on this first drive. You see that spin move from Swearingen, something he's done the entire career for him. 9 seasons now for Swearingen, all the way down now to the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Predators now pro set for the Charleston Predators down inside the 10 to the 5. First and goal, hands the ball off to the fullback, Terrell Sutherland. Sutherland gets a 2-yard gain. Let's introduce you quickly to the Seattle Nemesis starting defense. Sean Parent and Aaron Steid, the two defensive ends. Greg Ward and Catherine Harrell, the defensive tackles. KT Harrell, David Harrell, and Matthias Citrione, the rookie offensive lineman, round out the linebackers. Second and goal now from the 3-yard line for the Predators. I set with 2 wide to the left. Hands the ball off now to Swearingen. Tries to muscle his way towards the goal line, but he gets tackled right at the 1 and nowhere to go. Citrione brings him down for only a 2-yard gain to round out that Nemesis starting defensive unit. The secondary goes as such. Daniel Valentine and Ethan Kai as the corners. Kevin Smoker, Brady Clark, and Nana Leahy are your safeties. Third and goal now from the 1-yard line for Charleston. Open on the right-hand side. Wide open into the end zone is Keith Swearingen. Touchdown, Predators. Seattle didn't have anybody on that defense on that wide side. And an early score for Charleston. 6 points on that first drive for the Predators. What a play as Kentez Johnson had an easy swing pass for a yard and a touchdown. 6-0 with 8:30 left here in the first quarter. That'll bring out Brad Bretchett, kicker for Charleston, for this extra point. Six nothing now. Taking their time. That spot kick is up, and the extra point by Bretchett is good. And that'll make your score Charleston 7, Seattle 0. That drive by Charleston only taking 2.5 minutes here in the first quarter. Ball on the tee now for Charleston. Seattle about to get their first crack at it in SFL history for their team. Ball is away for the kicker for Charleston. Bretchett kicks it away. Return from the goal line, right up the middle by number 10, Zachary Patton, doing the returning for Seattle, and brings it out to about the 24-yard line. And that is where Seattle will get their first crack at it for their team, their first try on offense in their team history. Trellis Blanton, starting quarterback, as we mentioned at the open, first-round pick at the rookie draft, 3rd overall, getting his first try now at it on offense. Hands the ball off to Jalen Wells, the running back. Goes off the left-hand side off tackle and only gets a yard. The offense for Seattle goes as follows. Trellis Blanton, the quarterback. Jalen Wells, the running back. Scott Powell is your fullback, Zachary Patton, David Gears, and Tina Queen is your wide receivers, and Paulie Truth rounds out at tight end. Trellis Blanton under center once again, now from the 25-yard line, hands the ball once again to Jalen Wells, and nothing doing, no gain on the play. That is number 99, Roderick Cherry, in on the tackle. Cherry now in his second season for the Charleston Predators. Nowhere to go for Wells. They're looking to ease Blanton in by handing the ball off to Jalen Wells. It looks like as often as possible on this first drive to ease Blanton in as easily as possible, but nothing going on the first 2 plays. Tries to throw it for the first time, does Blanton on 3rd down, but nothing doing this time. Number 55, Kevin Brackett. First season now for Brackett with Charleston, coming over from Los Angeles Lycans. Makes that pass deflection a quick 3-and-out for Seattle, and that's going to be a punt for Lilac Butte coming up now for Seattle. Disappointing start for Seattle coming out on their first drive with a quick 3-and-out. Lilac Butte set up the punt from their own 9-yard line. Punt is away, no pressure on that punt whatsoever. And that return goes up to about the 43-yard line, so Charleston will have really good field position on their next possession after scoring that early touchdown on their first one. Terrence Storm giving them a nice return up to about the 43. And Kentez Johnson and Keith Swearingen and company will try to get their team there on the field again for yet another score to try to get themselves a 2-score lead early in this ball game. Here's the ball off to Swearingen. Nobody there on defense. Swearingen's got a wide open hole off that left-hand side. That's going to be a big gain all the way up to the 42-yard line. Swearingen just following his blockers off to that left-hand side, and nobody on that defense was there to bring him down until he got to that second level. You saw Ethan Kai get in there. Another one of the members of that secondary for Seattle got in there towards the end. But early in this ball game, Swearingen's had all kinds of room to run that ball right off the left-hand side, and he's had an easy day so far early in this first quarter. 1st and 10 now for Charleston. Short pass right over the middle. That goes to Swearingen. Swearingen getting a reception right over the middle for a nice 6-yard gain. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Nice 6-yard completion, setting up a 2nd and medium here for Charleston. All the way down to the Seattle 36-yard line. And don't look now, but Charleston is moving once again. Charleston from the 36, now in the pro set. 2nd and 4. Johnson didn't like what he saw, so he changed the play at the line. And it turned out to be the wrong call as he handed the ball off to Swearingen, and that time looked like David Harrell was ready for that one as he came in and stopped that run for no gain on that play, bringing up a 3rd and 4 for Charleston. 3rd and 4 now for Charleston. Pro set. Back to throws, Kentez Johnson, wide open once again is Swearingen off that left-hand side, spin move, down to the 22-yard line is where he's going to be tackled. But we saw a couple of different times now where Charleston liked to use that formation and swing the ball off to the flats to Swearingen, and just unable to bring him down until he gets to that second level. And so far, Seattle's defense has just not had an answer for that swing pass here early in this ball game. 1st and 10 now from the 22-yard line. Offset I formation with 3 wide. Back to throw. Kentez Johnson has some time. Looks over the left-hand side. It looked like there was some tight coverage over there by number 33 for Seattle, Ethan Kai, but still caught Davious Reed on that side of the field for a good completion and a 1st down over on the 11-yard line, bringing up a 1st and 10 from that spot. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. This defense for Seattle has to tighten up if they want to stay in this ball game. Here's the ball off to Swearingen, and he's got a big wide open hole off to the right-hand side all the way in to the end zone. That's going to be his 2nd touchdown of the game. First one rushing, but 2nd total. And Charleston finds themselves up by 2 scores midway through the first quarter. Just a wide open hole off that right-hand side for Swearingen. And he didn't really have to do much. Just follow that wide open lane to the right-hand side and all the way to the end zone. 6 more points for Charleston. 13-0 is the score. So far for Swearingen, 5 rushes for 60 yards. On the ground, 3 catches for 21 yards through the air on receiving in those 2 touchdowns. And Breccia, as he comes on and kicks the extra point, is up and good. And that makes the score 14-0 Charleston. Charleston up 14-0 as Seattle gets about to get their 2nd crack at it here on their 2nd drive of the game. Breccia gets this kick away, and Seattle's Zachary Patton with the return gets this one up to about the 27-yard line. We'll make that the 26-yard line, and that is where Charles Blanton will start this next drive for Seattle. We didn't get a chance to introduce the Charleston defense the last drive for Seattle. Let's do so now. Thomas Matthews and John Lawley as the defensive ends. Lamar Rivers, Robert Cherry is the defensive tackles. A. Singletary, Kevin Brackett is your inside linebackers. Jack Brown, Eric Camper is the outside linebackers. Back to throw. And Bland looking deep on the right hand side. That's going to find a completion. Wide open to the right hand side is David Gears. And Gears finds his room out to the right hand side all the way down to the 43-yard line. Bland gets his first completion as the Seattle Nemesis quarterback. And it's going to go as a deep gain all the way down to about the 43-yard line. Congrats to Charles Bland all the way down. And Gears, wide receiver, coming over from Vancouver to Seattle in free agency in this offseason, helping out his quarterback there by going up and getting it. Big gain there on first down. First and 10 now as they hand the ball to Jalen Wells. Nothing doing. Number 28 for Charleston, John Stamago, strong safety. John Stamago coming up and getting a tackle for loss. 2nd and 11. Let's round out the starting defense for Charleston. Jacob Clear, Mark Martin, and Sam Blodner. The corners, Ricky Thornton, and we just mentioned John Stamagos are your safety. Seattle, Trellis Blanton now on 2nd and 11. Looking for a receiver, has one open on the left-hand side, and that's going to be out to Zachary Patton. Patton gets a wide open 7-yard gain off the left-hand side before he goes out of bounds. It's Seattle now with some life as they're finding a little bit of room going down now in Charleston territory, driving a little bit here on the second drive. And they need it after they let Charleston go up by 2 scores on that previous defensive possession. Seattle now from the 37-yard line. 3rd and 4. 43rd down conversion coming up, but nothing doing here. Nothing doing. Jalen Wells, no gain. You see it on your screen. Jalen Wells, no yards on the ground. Nothing doing on the ground so far as John Lawley stops him for no gain on that play. And that is going to be 4th and 5 for the 38-yard line, and another punt coming up for Lilac View. Hopefully, let's see if he can pin the Predators down deep inside the 10-yard line. Punt is away, no pressure. And this one's going to bounce at the 5, and oh boy, it's going to go into the end zone and come out to the 20. So it's going to only net about 18 yards on that punt. And now what you're looking for if you're Seattle, if that's going to come out to the 20-yard line. And Jalen Wells now 4 yards. 4 rushes for 0 yards. So you can, as we've been talking about, just nothing going on the ground so far for Seattle. They're going to have to try to open it up through the air and get Charles Blanton more involved on the offense. As we see Charleston now coming out for their 3rd drive, and that's going to be Swearingen up the right-hand side. And we've seen it all first quarter so far from Swearingen. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line for a 19-yard gain. Swearingen gets a big hole off to the right-hand side. It gets all the way down 19 yards before number 59 for Charleston gets down there for a tackle. That is a big gain there on first down. This time it's going to be handed off once again to Swearingen. Tries to get a little juke move in as he goes off to the left-hand side. And he gets another 8-yard gain before he's tackled. And Swearingen starting to heat up now here already here in the first quarter. And this could be spelling trouble here for Seattle's defense if Swearingen gets heated up early in this ball game. Pro set now for Charleston from the 47-yard line. 2nd and 2. Hands the ball off right up the middle. She's Swearingen, wide open right up the middle. Going to be an 8-yard gain up to the 46-yard line of Seattle. Swearingen is burning holes through that offensive line and burning holes through the defense. Cutting open holes all the way around. Doesn't matter which direction he runs. He seems to find an opening anywhere. This time he gets a swing pass out from Johnson over to Swearingen and gets another 5 yards in the open flat for a reception out there for a 2nd and 5 coming up from the 40-yard line now for Charleston. 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line. 3 wide now. Offset eye, back to throw. And he's gonna go deep over the middle, wide open. And that's gonna be caught by Christopher Ochoa. All the way down to the 8-yard line. Christopher Ochoa in his first season for the Predators, coming over in free agency from Queen City. Gets his first reception for Charleston and gets all the way down inside the 10 to the 7, 8-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st and goal now for Charleston. And we'll have to see if they can go up 3 scores here. That would be a huge lead and a huge deficit now for Seattle. Hands the ball off to Swearingen. The spin move, it gets tackled down at the 3-yard line. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 3 as we see Catherine Harrell come in there for the tackle. The Harrells, we got a couple of Harrells here on the defense. We'll get back to that point. You are watching as we close the end of the first quarter here. You're watching the SFL live from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. As we welcome you back here in the second quarter, Johnson now 8 of 9 and 1 touchdown. But we were talking about the Harrells as we close out that first quarter. A couple of the Harrells, KT and David, coming over from Houston in free agency. Nice addition now for Seattle. Hands the ball off, does Charleston to Swearingen, and this time only gets down to the 2 for a 1-yard gain as number 25, Nana Leahy, comes in for the tackle along with some help from defensive end Aaron Stein, rookie defensive end, getting a tackle in there as well. 3rd and goal from Seattle's 2. This would be a huge defensive stop for Seattle. They could hold into a field goal attempt, but that gets swung out to Swearingen. Swearingen muscling his way into the end zone. And yet another touchdown, his 3rd of the day. Muscling his way past number 33 for Seattle. That's Ethan Kai. Making Ethan Kai pay for trying to get that tackle in. And just pushing him down to the turf on his way into the end zone. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game early here in the second quarter. And that makes the score 20-0. As the kick is up from Brechet, and it is good, bringing the score now from Charleston to 21-0. 21-0 now for Charleston. Swearingen now on the stats. 9 rushes for 99 yards and a touchdown on the ground. 5 catches and 27 yards and 2 touchdowns now through the airs. Already 126 yards total for Swearingen. And we're only early in the second quarter. As that return gets brought up by Zachary Patton up to the 21-yard line. And Bland and company now for Seattle's offense really has to get something going. Here on the 3rd try for their offense. Bland coming out now under center. Back to throw. Quick throw over the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. Looking for the receiver out there, David Gears, and just goes off his hands and incomplete. Unfortunate there that Gears couldn't hold on to it on that slam pattern. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. 2nd and 10 from 21-yard line. Offset eye now as they hand the ball off. And Jalen Wells doesn't get it anywhere. Maybe a 1-yard gain off the right-hand side. And just nowhere to go as Jack Brown goes in for the tackle along with Mark Martin. And another 3rd down now for Seattle. They need this third down as Blatt went back to throw off the right-hand side. Looked like he had a man out there trying to get his ball to T.D. Queen, the rookie second-round wide receiver, 51 overall pick. But unfortunately, the pass got deflected and batted away and incomplete, bringing up another fourth down and then another punt coming up now for Lilac View. 4th and 9 now for Seattle. Lilac View punts it from the 10. That was almost blocked, but I thought that was going to be blocked, but he gets it away, and the return from Sarah Storm goes to the 45-yard line. And Charleston has had all kinds of good fortune today on offense. Swearing-ins had a big game today, both on the ground and through the air. It's been the swearing-in show so far through the first quarter plus here in this one. Swearing-in gets another handoff, and this time he only gets a 2-yard gain as Catherine Harrell comes in. Catherine Harrell coming in from her first season now with Seattle, coming over from Fort Worth in free agency in the offseason. All the Harrells together, all three of them here for Seattle. Nice family aspect that we enjoy here in the SFL. And this time, this completion by Kitez Johnson goes out to number 40, Dusty Rourke, to tight end over the middle, and that's going to be completed for another first down. Dusty Rourke, who doesn't get a lot of completions, but this time she finds herself open at about the 40-yard line of Seattle and gives her team good field position well inside Seattle territory. First and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Swearing in, breaks a tackle, spin move all the way down to the 26-yard line. Goes Swearing in. He broke a tackle, made a spin move, made a couple of people miss. And that's what we've grown accustomed to seeing from Swearing in over the years. Swearing in now in his 9th season here at Charleston, and Swearing in at this point in the second quarter, making it look easy, and Swearing in now approximately right around 110 yards on the ground, making it almost elementary at this point. Back to throw is Kentez Johnson over the right-hand side, completed down to the 9-yard line, down to Christopher Ochoa. Christopher Ochoa now with 49 yards on 2 catches. Daniel Valentine there on the tackle. First and goal from the 9-yard line. First and goal as we see Charleston coming out with 3 wide, offset eye behind Johnson. Wide open on the left-hand side is Swearing in, and he's in for another touchdown. That's his number 4 on the day. Swearing in, 4 touchdowns, second receiving. And Swearing in is having himself a day. 27-0 as Brad Bretchick comes out for another extra point. $110 yards on the ground now, 148 total now for Swearing in on the day. Just what a game Swearing in is having for Charleston. I wasn't expecting this kind of game swearing in. I thought being the first game here in week 1, he might show a little signs of slowing down, but he picked up right where he left off last season, 28-0 now here in the second quarter, as number 10 Zachary Patton brings this return up to 25-yard line. And at this point, Trellis Blanton here with 7:47 here in the second quarter. Charles Blanton has to show early on in week 1 what he's made of. Coming out here in the gun on this drive with 2 backs on either side of him. Plenty of time to throw, and gets the completion down to Paulie Truth. Paulie Truth, the tight end, getting his first completion here with Seattle over the middle for a first down. Paulie Truth came over from Florida in the offseason, played for 2 seasons with Florida, came over to Seattle in the offseason, and gets his first completion with Seattle. Congrats to Paulie Truth. And now Seattle finds himself at midfield, 1st and 10. Another throw by Blanton, this time to Zachary Patton on the left-hand side, and a good 6-yard gain before he goes out of bounds. And here on this drive, 2 completions in a row. We'll have to see if this means that Blanton is finally finding a groove here on offense. 2nd and 4 now from the 44-yard line. 44-yard line, Blanton back to throw. We got a flag. We'll have to see what that's about, but that gets out of the way by number 48, Eric Hammer, and incomplete. And that's going to be holding on Seattle. So that's going to set Seattle back 10 yards, and you hate to see it, as it looked like Seattle was getting a little bit of momentum. 2 completions in a row by the quarterback, but a holding call by the offensive lineman for Seattle sets them back at 2nd and 14. We'll have to see what the Trellis Blanton can do with this kind of adversity for this rookie. Blanton back in the gun with 3 wide. Scans the field, back to throw, and that's going to be tipped away and incomplete. Ricky Thornton with the tip away. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long from the 46-yard line. The defense for Charleston had a beat on that ball. It just did not let that ball get to a receiver on that play. 5 wide now, empty backfield for Seattle. Back to throws, Blanton, quick throw over the middle, picked off. Number 21, Jacob Clear on the interception for Charleston, and that's going to end the drive for Seattle. A drive that was looking promising at the start, but Jacob Clear with a one-handed pick. What a play by Jacob Clear, and ends all kinds of momentum for Seattle and takes back over on offense. A team that's already ahead by 4 scores and taking over at the 38-yard line. Hands the ball off now to Swearingen, 1st and 10, and nothing doing on that play. David Harrell coming in on that tackle. Outside linebacker for Seattle, making sure that Swearingen goes nowhere on that play. Great play by Harrell. 2nd and 10 now for Charleston. Back to throw. He ran out of time, and luckily for Johnson, it just drops to the turf. Aaron Stein applied the pressure on that one, but it drops to the turf Incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Seattle can really use a 3-and-out here on this drive for their defense. Empty backfield for Johnson. Back in the gun with 5 wide. Back to throw. Plenty of time. Deep over the middle. Picked off. Picked off by Seattle and Nana Leahy. 5'11", 205 gets the interception. He got off there and picked that ball off. And what a time for that play. They need that one in the worst way, and gives the ball right back to the offense at the opportune time. As the ball gets handed off now to Jalen Wells, and Jalen Wells just continues his struggle here. Negative 1 yard on that play as number 56 comes in on that tackle. That's Thomas Matthews. Matthews gets the tackle for loss, bringing up 2nd and 11. Nana Leahy with that last interception. First season with Seattle. Of course, a lot of these free agents' first season with his team being an expansion team. But first season coming over from San Diego is Nana Leahy making that last interception, as we saw the fullback Scott Powell on that last play, getting a good 3 yards on the ground. 3rd and 8 now for Seattle from the 42-yard line. Back to throw is Bland, blitz up the middle, but it's going to be caught. Caught by number 18, Jason Meiser, one of the backup wide receivers, and that's going to be a 1st down. I was wondering if Travis Plant was going to have enough time to get that ball away, and he got that one away just in time. Gets the completion over the middle to Meiser, and gets the 1st down now in Charleston territory from the 46-yard line. Bland by himself back in the gun now with 4 wide. 46-yard line, Bland back to throw, and that's going to be caught by Zachary Patton. They're going to give forward progress to the 43-yard line for a nice 3-yard gain to 2nd and 7. And we've seen some promising signs from Charles Bland. He's just been unable to string a good drive together to get any points on the board for this Seattle offense. But we're pushing for him to get this good drive together. Now he hands the ball off to Jalen Wells, and that's one of the best runs we've seen from Jalen Wells in this ball game so far. A good 3 or 4 yard gain off that right-hand side before outside linebacker Jack Brown makes a tackle. 3rd and 4 now for Seattle from Charleston's 39-yard line. Straight I formation behind Charles Plant with 3 wide. Charles Plant Black barking out orders. Deep throw to the middle, and that is going to be caught by Zachary Patton. Zachary Patton is quickly becoming one of the go-to receivers for Charles Plant and in this ball game, and rightfully so, because usually when Charles Plant throws it his way so far, he's been the one to catch it. And that's going to be a 1st down to the Charleston 16-yard line. And that is inside the red zone, and Charles Plant needs to punch this in. Hands ball off to Jalen Wells. Jalen Wells gets 2 yards on that play before he's tackled by number 69, John Lawley on that tackle. That brings up 2nd and 8 now from the 14-yard line of Charleston. Charles Blanton coming in with offset I formation behind him, 2 wide. Hands ball off to Jalen Wells, but nothing doing with the yard loss on that run, and that's going to be Robert Cherry on that tackle for a 1 yard tackle for loss on that play. Might have been Jack Brown to help clean that one up on that tackle as well. Quickly running towards the 2-minute warning here. 2.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Charles playing back in the gun, 3rd and 9. Tries to evade the rush, but nothing doing. He's going to go down for the sack. Number 74, Mark Rivers, brings him down for a huge loss on 3rd down. And that's going to bring up 4th. Nothing doing on that one as Mark Rivers gets the sack on that play. And we'll have to see if they bring out the kicker, Christian Ronald Suey, for the first time, and they will here. As we reach the 2-minute warning here from the SFL convention, you're watching the SFL live from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. As we bring you back here for this field goal attempt, this is going to be Christian Ronald Suey for his first field goal attempt for Seattle. It's going to be about a 39-yard attempt. Snap is good, the spot is good, and the kick is good. And that's going to be Seattle's first points in team history. It's going to be a 3-point field goal, and that brings the score 28-3. Charleston in the lead. Wells now on the day, 10 attempts for 2 total yards as his struggle continues. But Charles Blanton saw some promising signs from him on that last drive. We'll see if that continues as this game progresses. Does this kick his way and return from about 20? And Sarah Storm brings this one up to about the 34-yard line. And we'll have to see what kind of offense Charleston brings up here. If they'll try to do a 2-minute drill as they close out the first half to try to add some more points before they go into the halftime break. Kentez Johnson has had a strong game. Swearingen has had a strong game. And then I would look to see them bring out a hurry-up offense, but they might not need it here. Swearingen down inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Swearingen! 66 yards on the run! Keith Swearingen said, what 2-minute warning? We don't need no 2-minute warning. I'll take his 66 yards in one play. He took that ball and just turned on the jets, and nobody was going to stop him. What a run, and that brings the score to 34-3, and this one late in the second quarter. That is Swearingen's 5th total touchdown. Count them, 5 in the first half. He is on pace for 10-1 game. And that's got to be some sort of single game record or getting close to it as Brad Brecek comes on and kicks the extra point through for a 35-3 lead. Swearingen now 214 total yards, and I believe that's 176 of those on the ground with 2 touchdowns. 38 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns through the air. As this kick is away and returned from about the 2-yard line, and returned by Zachary Patton to the 22-yard line, and we'll see if they get Charles Plant now for a 2-minute warning or a 2-minute hurry-up offense as the second quarter slowly winds away here. Charles under center. And Jalen Wells might have back-to-back big runs here. Jalen Wells gets a big run all the way up to the 47-yard line a 24-yard gain, and we saw it on the screen there. He has 28 total unofficially, but 24 yards on that run. And for a running back who struggled for a majority of this first half, it's good to see he got a big run there on that first down play all the way up to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 47, I formation, and 3 wide for Blanton. Blanton hands the ball off again to Wells, right up the middle, another big hole all the way up to the 41-yard line. And Wells now heating up on this drive. Coming in late to the party, but better late than never. Jalen Wells with 2 big runs in a row. 1st and 10 now from the 41-yard line. Bland back to throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught by Zachary Patton over to the 29-yard line. Hurry up now for Seattle. 1 minute left in the first half. Bland under center, back to throw, looking over the middle, and that's tipped away and incomplete. John Stamengo with that pass deflection. Seattle had a good idea trying to go no huddle there, but John Stamengo was not having none of that pass. Gets the pass deflection and incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now from the 29-yard line. Blanton back to throws, and that's going to be a sack. Big Eric Hammer absolutely laying a hammer on Trellis Blanton, saying, "Welcome to the SFL, young man." Has 2 total tackles, and that big sack on his stat sheet does Eric Hammer, and that brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 16 now from the 35-yard line for Trellis Blanton. Blanton back to throw. Scanning over the right-hand side, wide open! Number 17 into the end zone! Touchdown, Seattle! Tina Queen, first reception in her career, and she gets in the end zone for the first time in her career. Congrats to Tina Queen. Tina Queen, 2nd round, 51 overall from Tacoma in the minors, getting her first reception here with Seattle, and a touchdown to get Seattle on the board with 6 more points. Christian Ronald Suey now for the extra point. Snap spot, kick is up, and it's good. And that makes the score Charleston 35, Seattle 10. Once again, congrats to Tina Queen. I heard the crowd going wild live from the convention here in the SFL Nation. Getting the crowd excited for Tina Queen in attendance for her first career completion and touchdown. As that kickoff is away. Return from about the 10-yard line up to about the 31. And this is where Charleston will return and start their next offensive possession. 1st and 10 now from the 31-yard line for Charleston. And it's not to be remiss to also mention that that's Trellis Blanton's first pass of his major league career as well. As Kentez Johnson was looking deep over the middle, looking for Dusty Rourke deep over the middle, and that was going to be incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10. But yes, that was Trellis Blanton, the quarterback for Seattle's for his first touchdown throw as well for Seattle. So congrats to that young man as well. And I'm sure there's going to be many more to come for both of them as far as reception, touchdowns, and passing touchdowns in their respective careers. as Swearing gets the handoff up to the 34-yard line for a 3-yard gain. And I would assume that Charleston's going to be happy to let the rest of these last few ticks here in the second quarter tick away. Maybe I'm wrong here. They may run this 3rd and 7 play. 3rd and 7 from the 34-yard line. Kentez Charleston back to throw over the middle, and that's going to be a complete, bringing up 4th and 7. Looking for Christopher Ochoa over the middle, but that's going to be incomplete. Daniel Valentine on the coverage. Just unfortunate there, incomplete pass as we close out the final seconds here in the first half. 4th and 7, we'll see a punt now from Jared Ruffhead. Ruffhead with the kick from about his 22-yard line and return from the 29. Nothing doing, and that's going to be the final play here in the first half. Charleston with a 35-10 lead as we head to the halftime break. You're watching the SFL Live from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. As we bring you back here live from the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas at the convention. Seattle will get their first crack at it here in the second half. They got the last score there in the first half on that T to Queen touchdown reception. They'll get the ball here first in the second half. As that kickoff return is returned up by Patton to the 30-yard line, but there's going to be a penalty on that return. Holding on the return team, that's going to be accepted by the Predators. So that's going to bring back the starting possession point for Seattle deep inside their own 20-yard line. As we take a look at some of the scores from the first half of this one, Charleston got to the commanding 28-0 lead if you're just joining us. Swearing has had himself an amazing first half. 5 total touchdowns. Blanton's back to throw. Lucky to get rid of that one and incomplete as John Lawley was applying the pressure to try to get the sack. But Blanton was able to get rid of that one. But as we were saying, Swearing has had 5 total touchdowns in this one. Charleston was up to a 28-0 lead before Seattle was able to get a field goal on the board, make it 28-3. And then after that, they two teams split a couple of touchdowns to make the score where we sit right now. And that was over the right-hand side. And that's going to be called completed by the sidelines over to David Gears. And that's the first down. Watch to see if that's going to be challenged by Charleston. That looked awfully close to the sidelines, but Charles Blanton got that completion over to Gears, and they're going to call it a first down up to the 36-yard line. No challenge by Charleston, which is very peculiar that they didn't throw the red flags there. But you're going to let it stand. First and 10, 36, back to throws, Blanton over the middle. And that's going to be caught again, this time by Pauly Truth. Pauly Truth, the tight end, bringing the ball up to the 45-yard line on another completion. Charles Blanton picking up right where he left off in that ended the first half. It is great to see that his quarterback showing a lot of poise and a lot of just perseverance through this one, through adversity. As he gets another throwaway and another completion off the left-hand side. Pauly Truth, 2 completions in a row. This time on the left-hand side, all the way down, well inside Charleston territory. All the way down to the 25-yard line of Charleston. And Charleston's playing and has really got a drive going here. First and 10, 25-yard line. Playing back throw again. Why not? When he spins this, good. All the way down to the 14-yard line. First and 10, David Gears once again proving that he can be one of the top receivers in this league. Moving over from Vancouver because he wasn't getting enough playing time or enough receptions, and getting his work in this game. And this time, this one goes incomplete. Blanton looking for Zachary Patton here, and this one just falls to the turf. It looks like Patton got popped by one of the defenders. Might have been Jacob Clear there, number 21. Hit Patton there right as the ball got there. Made the ball pop out right to the turf, incomplete. Bringing up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for Seattle. Blanton back in the gun from the 14-yard line. Back throw, plenty of time. Right hand side, touchdown! Seattle! David Gears! 6 points! Blanton to Gears. Gears was right open on that right hand side. Nobody from Charleston was there to cover it. And Seattle now within 3 scores. It looks like they were well out of this one in the first half. Now trying to make a comeback in this one early in the 3rd quarter. Getting 2 scores in a row. You love to see it. The kicker now, Christian Ronzui with the extra point. Up and good, 35-17 now. Seattle down, but coming roaring back. And we'll have to see how Charleston can respond with their first drive after the halftime break. But Charleston had a lead of 35-3 late in the first half. But Seattle with 2 touchdowns in a row. 1 touchdown by Tita Queen on the reception. Another one we just saw by David Gears. And now Seattle finds themselves crawling back into this one as the return is made up to the 35-yard line. Blanton now 14 of 22. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Showing his rookie perseverance and his strength in this one as Charleston comes out on offense. Kentez Johnson under center. Hands the ball off to the fullback. Gets a 4-yard gain right out the middle before he's popped by number 26, Daniel Valentine, for a 4-yard gain up to the 39-yard line. The fullback there, Terrell Sutherland, bringing up 2nd and 6 from there. Second and 6 from the 39-yard line. 3 wide A's formation. Hand the ball off to Swearing and picking up where he left off in the first half. Up to the 46-yard line and a first down. Right off the tackle on that right-hand side. Getting a couple of nice blocks on the right-hand side before David Harrell could get over there and make the tackle. And why not? Kentez Johnson getting his swag now as he's walking up to the line with the kind of game that his team is having. Kentez Johnson now back to throw over the middle, and that's going to be caught by number 32. Who else? Keith Swearing it over the middle, this time only for a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 from the 48-yard line coming up now for Charleston. Second and 8 from the 48-yard line for Charleston. I formation. 2 wide receivers off to the left. Back to throw is Johnson. And that's going to be completed on the out route. Up by Christopher Ochoa. And that's going to be a first down at Seattle's 38-yard line. Christopher Ochoa with a nifty little out route off the left-hand side, and that linebacker had no chance. That's David Harrell. Had no chance to cover that route. Wide open over there was Ochoa to go upfield and get that first down. First and 10 from the 38-yard line, back to throw. Johnson up deep over the middle, tipped away, and incomplete. That was Seattle's chance to try to pick that ball off, but unfortunately it just falls to the turf, incomplete. Ethan Kyle get credited with that pass deflection, but it goes to the turf, incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now from the 38-yard line. Empty backfield for Johnson, 5 wide for Johnson on either side. And that's going to be batted away and incomplete. This time, that's going to be 43 Brady Clark, and coming over from Houston, another one of the Houston free agents coming over for Seattle with a pass deflection to add to his stats. Bring up a 3rd and 10 now for Charleston. 3rd and 10 for Charleston from the 38-yard line. Johnson once again back in the gun. Back to throws. Johnson surveying the field off the right-hand side. Gets it to Terrence Ford, but not enough for the first down. Gets an 8-yard gain, but it's going to bring up 4th and 2, and they're going to have to trot out Brad Bridget, try to add 3 points onto this score, but it's still going to be a 3-possession game, even if he can make this. And the window's still open for Seattle to try to make a comeback in this one. It's going to be about a 47-yard attempt for Brechet. The snaps down, and the kick is good for 47 yards out by Brechet. And that'll bring the score to 38-17 by Charleston, up in the lead by 3 scores. But a good defensive possession by Seattle, a bend don't break mentality, not allowing them to get any further, and only allowing 3 that time. The first time we've seen that by Seattle's defense today, to only allow a 3-point attempt by Charleston's offense. As we get the kickoff away and return from the 2-yard line. And that's an opening by Zachary Patton all the way up to the 35-yard line. So that's going to give Charles Blanton and company really good field position to start off this next drive up to the 35-yard line to try to bring this game closer. 35-yard line here for Charles Blanton, coming out in an offset eye with 3 wide. Hands the ball off to Jalen Wells, but he's going to go nowhere. No gain on that play. That's going to be Eric Hammer. He's made a couple of big hits in this game. He had a big sack on Blanton in the first half. He's been laying big hits all over the place, and another big one there on Jalen Wells. And that goes for no gain on that run and brings up 2nd and 10. Blanton back in the gun, 2nd and 10. Plenty of time to throw. Short throw over the middle, and a nice shoulder check by Jalen Wells, but only a 2-yard gain to bring up 3rd and 8 at the 37-yard line. Jalen Wells has been trying his hardest to get some openings anywhere he can find them, but this Charleston defense is just stingy. Very, very stingy on this defense. They've been known for that for this defense for years. And that's going to be completed by Blanton all the way down to the 48-yard line. That's going to be number 18, Jason Meiser again, the backup wide receiver. We saw him with the first down completion in the first half. He has another one here in the second half, helping out Blanton any way he can. First down, 48-yard line, now in Charleston territory. Blanton now getting some momentum on this drive. High formation, Under center is Blanton. Hands the ball off to the fullback. That's Scott Powell, but that's only going to be a 1-yard gain. And that's number 43 for Charleston on that tackle. Maybe that was 42, excuse me. Jack Brown on that tackle. And that's a 1-yard gain to bring up 2nd and 9. Coming up on 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Blanton back in the gun. 2nd and 9 from the 47-yard line. Blanton back to throw. Over the middle. Nobody there. Incomplete. He was looking for Tita Queen over the middle on that slant pattern, but off target on that pass and incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 9. Looked like had the two been on the same page on that one, and had that been completed, might have been able to carry that one over for a 1st down, but not to be. 3rd and 9, big 3rd down coming up here for Seattle. 3rd and 9 for 27, Blanton back to throw, and nothing doing as number 56 for Charleston, Thomas Matthews comes in for the sack, bringing up 4th down. Thomas Matthews coming around on the edge from that defensive end spot, just muscling his way past the offensive tackle and just laying the big hit on Charles Blanton, bringing up 4th down for Seattle, and that's going to bring up Lilac Buttes for another punt for Seattle to get the ball back to Charleston's offense. Return from the 18-yard line up to the 20, and that's where we'll see Charleston start this next offensive drive. Swearing has had himself a good game today. 186 yards on the ground on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns. Offset eye now for Charleston. Hands the ball off. Swearing in, get with the spin move. He's going backwards. He's going to have a huge loss, but they're going to give forward progress. Somehow they're going to give him forward progress up to the 18-yard line on that run. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 18-yard line. So Charleston survived a scare there. 2nd 11 from the 18-yard line. And that's the pass from Johnson's going to be completed out to Christopher Ochoa on the right-hand side for a 7-yard gain before he goes out of bounds. Valentine on the coverage before he pushes them out of bounds. So they'll bring up 3rd and 4 for this Charleston offense. Less than 3 minutes now left in this third quarter. 26-yard line for Charleston. Johnson back to throw. Surveys the field over the middle, and that's going to be completed. And that's Davious Reed on a completion. And that's going to be a 1st down to the 40-yard line. Kentez Johnson did just enough. He moved off to the right just a little bit to evade the rush by the Seattle defense. And that movement just gave him just enough time to find Davious Reed become open over the middle. And a nice completion for a 1st down. Nice play. Charleston gets the handoff, swearing in, and another big hole on the left-hand side. Gets another 1st down, and you see it on the screen, unofficially, 199 yards on the ground, approaching 200. As that run gets Charleston up to the 46-yard line now. 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Charleston. Johnson back to throw over the outstretched arms of number 57, KT Burrell, and finds the hands of Saren Storm and that's going to be another 1st down for Charleston up to the 32-yard line. Looked like KT Burrell might have been in good position to at least tip that one away, but Saren Storm gets a completion to the 33-yard line. First down for Charleston, now in Seattle territory. Making good movement on this drive. Kentez Johnson back to throw. Deep over the middle, wide open. That's going to be caught down to the goal line. They're going to call him just short of the goal line. That's going to be number 17, Nat 5, one of the backup wide receivers. That ball looked like a duck coming out of the hands of Kentez Johnson, but it doesn't matter. It finds the hands of Nat 5 and gets tackled right at the 1-inch yard line. For Kentez Johnson, you got to think they're just going to try to hand this ball off here to Keith Swearingen and try to get this guy his 6th touchdown this ball game. And they do just exactly that. Hands the ball off to Swearingen. 6th touchdown, 6 points. And this guy is just 6 all over the place. He now has 200 total yards on the day with that run. 200 yards rushing on the day, 6 total touchdowns. Swearingen is just out of his mind this ball game. 46 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Brad Bretchett now on for the extra point. Stats bobbled a little bit, but the kick is up, and it is good. Bringing the score now, Charleston 45, Seattle 17. Kentez Johnson, 17 of 24, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. But again, the story of this ball game, Keith Swearingen, 200 total yards on the ground and 6 total touchdowns. He's having himself a game today. And this return from about the 1-yard line by number 10, Zachary Patton, is going to bring it up to the 23-yard line. And that's where Charles Bland and company will get this next start on this drive. We thought that Seattle might have had a opportunity to bring this game closer. Had a little bit of momentum. That last drive by Charleston was the last touchdown. Kind of snuffed out any momentum that Seattle might have had going at that current moment. Jalen Wells now averaging 3.1 yards per carry, just struggling today as he doesn't get any yards on that last carry. Eric Hammer having himself a good day on defense as well. Charles Bland now on 2nd and 10, back in the gun. Has plenty of time to throw off the right-hand side. Wide open on the right-hand side, and that's complete. David Gears for another first down up to the 40-yard line. David Gears has helped out Charles Bland tremendously in this one. And he gets another completion on that right-hand side. And another first down up to the 40. With 10 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. We'll have to see if if they get this next snap off. 1st and 10 from the 40, and they will. And that's going to be incomplete. He did get the ball away before he got hit, but Mark Rivers got on in there to lay the wood just as he let go of that ball. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the SFL live from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. That's with the score, Charleston 45, Seattle 17. Don't go anywhere. As we bring you back for the 4th quarter here. Live from the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas for the SFL convention. We've been having a blast here. Charleston's been having a blast too in this one. Charles Bland back to throw. Wide open out there in the flats. He gets his ball to Jalen Wells, and he runs it up to midfield, gets the first down, and that's going to move those chains. Nice completion out there in the flats to Jalen Wells, and that's a nice completion Eric Hammer just couldn't get over there to get the stop before he got to the chain marker. And that's first down for Seattle and Company. Back to throw over the middle, and that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking for Paulie Truth on that completion on the left-hand side was Charles Blanton. And that's going to be incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10 for midfield. This Charleston defense has been stingy. They have shown signs of giving up the deep pass here and there, but for the most part, they've been a solid group today. Heavy set now here from Seattle. Hits the ball off to Jalen Wells. That gets an opening, makes a move, gets a couple of broken tackles, and brings the ball all the way up to the 32-yard line. Free safety Ricky Thornton was injured on the play. We'll have to see what the injury on that was. But that's unfortunate to see in any ball game, and you saw it there. Ricky Thornton got level with that stiff arm. We'll have to make sure he's okay after that stiff arm because I think that's where the injury occurred. But a nice first down run by Jalen Wells. We'll give you an update on injury as we receive it. First and 10 from the 33-yard line for Seattle. Back to throw. And left-hand side, picked off. Picked off by number 21, Jacob Clear. And that sniffs out the drive for Seattle. Jacob Clear stepped out in front of that throw by Blanton. Looking over towards the direction of Zachary Patton for that throw, but Clear was having none of it. Made the interception and gives the ball right back to that Charleston offense. Blanton now with his second interception of this ball game. 18 of 29, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions is his line now for this ball game. As Kentez Johnson comes out now on offense. Back in the gun, back to throw. Deep over the left-hand side, has his receiver. That's Davious Reed on the reception, and that's going to be enough for a first down up to the Seattle 46-yard line. Johnson had all the time in the world to get that ball out there to his receiver, Davious Reed. And that's going to bring up a first down at the 46-yard line out of Seattle. 10 minutes left in this ball game. Offset I formation behind Johnson. Hands ball off. Swearing and makes the spin move. And gets a run of about 3 yards up to the 43-yard line. Swearing and just that time didn't have much room to go. That time tackle made by number 43 Brady Clark came up from his free safety position and made the tackle there on Swearingen before he could get past him. Hand off Swearingen once again. This time he gets stopped behind the line. Greg Ward, defensive tackle, comes up and makes the tackle for loss. 2-yard loss on that play, brings up a 3rd and 9 at the 44-yard line. Greg Ward, rookie defensive tackle, 3rd round pick, 80th pick overall in this past rookie draft. Played his minor league career in San Jose. Johnson back to throw, deep right-hand side, wide open! Number 11, Christopher Ochoa, touchdown, Charleston! Extending this lead out to 51-17 is Christopher Ochoa. He got behind the defense of Seattle. 26 and 31 for Seattle was there on defense, but Ochoa got behind him, and Johnson saw it. Johnson took advantage, and Ochoa did the rest, turned on the speed, and got to the end zone. That gives Charleston 4 passing touchdowns on the day. First touchdown noted to someone not named Keith Swearingen. As this kick is up by Brad Gretchen, extra point is good. Bring the score 52 Charleston, 17 Seattle. 52-17. Charleston with the lead with 8:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball on tee for this next kickoff. Seattle awaiting the return here. Patton will bring this return up from the 2-yard line, right out the middle, and we'll bring it up to the 22-yard line. And Blanton, it's not to be remiss to mention that Blanton has shown signs of promise in this game. He does have 2 touchdown passes thrown in this game. He has shown signs of life, making completions right and left. As Blanton hands the ball off to the halfback, Jalen Wells, as you see the update for Ricky Thornton. Ricky Thornton will be out for the remainder of this game. The good thing about the SFL is we have the best doctors here in the SFL, so Ricky Thornton will be able to play in next week's game in week 2. We hate to see any kind of injury here in the SFL, but the good thing is he will be back. If that pass by Blanton is going to be tipped away and incomplete, number 21, Jake Clear, in on the pass deflection, bringing up 3rd and 9 for Seattle. Third and 9 from 24-yard line. Empty back formation now for Seattle with 5 wide. Back to throws, Blanton over to the left-hand side, and that's going to be caught, but short of the first down marker by number 10, Zachary Patton. And it's going to bring up 4th down for Seattle. And they're going to have to punt this ball back away to Charleston. At this point, I believe Charleston's probably looking to run as much clock out now as possible with 8 minutes left and counting in this ball game. High snap by the center, but the punt is way by Butte. Return, but fumbled, and Seattle will pounce on that one. Seattle recovers that one. That is number 20, Alistair Kai, backup halfback, getting the recovery on the fumble punt return. And Seattle, midway through this fourth quarter, is in business. Trellis Blanton back in the gun from the 42-yard line. Back to throw over the middle. That's batted away and incomplete. Jacob Clear once again. He's been making plays on that defense right and left in this ball game for Charleston. He's had pass deflections all over the place. But Seattle now wants a golden opportunity to take advantage of that last punt return fumble that Charleston had on that previous possession. Blanton back under center with high formation, 2nd and 10. His velocity fullback, nice gain up the middle for a 5-yard gain by Scott Powell. Scott Powell slow to get up, but a nice 5-yard gain down the 37-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 5 situation from that spot. 3 wide, hands ball off to Jalen Wells, and that's going nowhere. Number 40 for Charleston. That's 48 for Charleston. That's Eric Hammer again. We've seen big hits from Eric Hammer all game long in this game. And anytime you see a big hit from Charleston, it's always assumed it's probably going to be Eric Hammer. And Eric Hammer absolutely laid the wood at that one on that last hit on 3rd down. And another punt coming away now from Seattle, as this punt's going to die right around the goal line. And for whatever reason, nobody from Seattle decided to touch that one. And it rolls just over the goal line, and it's going to come out to the 20-yard line. A missed opportunity right there for Seattle to stop that one at the 1 or 2 yard line as it dies right just over the goal line. And that's going to bring the ball out to the 20 for Charleston on this next possession. Charleston back to throw once again over the middle. And that's going to be completed by Christopher Ochoa on the slant pattern. It's going to bring up first down to the 32-yard line. You see the stat line there for Christopher Ochoa, over 100 yards receiving on 6 receptions, up to 127 yards now through the receiving. Ochoa having himself a great game. Of course, you saw Ochoa with the big receiving touchdown earlier in this one to help out his receiving total as well. As that ball gets handed off to Keith Swearingen, and the Keith Swearingen is not getting up. Keith Swearingen is injured. And we'll have to see what kind of injury this is. But at this point in the ball game, Charleston might have been better served to bring in the backup halfback. And now, 6 minutes left in the ball game, they're going to have to rely on Charleston's backup halfback. That's going to be Doug Davious. Doug Davious, number 34, is the halfback backup. And he's going to get the swing pass out to the 35-yard line for a 1 yard gain. And we just hope that that injury by Keith Swearingen is nothing major and that he'll be able to come back into this one. But in all honesty, they're so far ahead in this one, this late in the fourth quarter, they might be best served to just let him sit the rest of this one out. Pro set now for Charleston from the 35-yard line. 3 wide, Charleston back to throw, and that's completed at the 44-yard line. And that's going to be number 10, I believe. This will be a first down at the 44-yard line. First and 10 from the 44-yard line. Pro set eye behind Johnson. The handoff goes to the fullback. That's Terrell Sutherland. That's going to be a gain of 2 yards to bring up 2nd and 8. 4:45 left to go in this game. 2nd and 8. 46-yard line upcoming here for Charleston. Taking their time to snap this one as they hand the ball off to the backup, Davies, and that's going nowhere. Maybe 1 yard on that play, but that brings up 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 coming up here for Charleston as number 31 for Seattle. That's Kevin Smoker, the rookie free safety coming up on that tackle. Smoker, who was picked in the 4th round of the past rookie draft, picked number 105 overall out of Ottawa. Ottawa, who played the championship game in the minor leagues this past minor league season. As Johnson goes back to throw, and that's going to be a sack. Sack made by defenseman Aaron Stein. Aaron Stein in for the sack. That's actually going to be quarterback Warren King in that quarterback. But King goes down for the sack, and that's going to bring up 4th down for Charleston. Charleston had their backups in on that drive full force. Quarterback Warren King was the quarterback on that drive. I think Quintez Johnson's going to be done if they go back on offense later. As that brings out punter Jared Roughhead, awaiting this punt at his own 25-yard line. Gets the punt away off with no pressure. And fair catch is made at their own 25-yard line, does Seattle. And that's where we'll see Seattle coming up for their next possession. And as we take a look at just how this game has gone overall, Charleston has just pretty much imposed their will in this one. Seattle really struggled. Bland has shown some strides. We see another great pass left hand side. Left the pass all the way down. 10, 5, touchdown! Seattle! Travis Bland getting another big pass added on to the stats in this game. 75 yards, gets another pass past the secondary for Charleston. And Zachary Patton did the rest after the catch, turned on the afterburners, all the way down to the touchdown, 6 points. That'll make the score 52-23 as Christian Ronald Suey will come on for the extra point, and that'll give Charles Blanton 3 touchdowns in his first game ever as rookie quarterback. And as a rookie quarterback here in the SFL, that is a great stat line to have. So we just congratulate him as we see Ronald Suey have no trouble there with the extra point. And Charles Blanton had himself a nice day today. Despite the 2 interceptions, he still threw for 3 touchdowns. We'll see the kicker, Christian Ronsui, coming out for the onside kick attempt. And that onside kick attempt here recovered easily by Charleston. But again, you can't say enough about Charles Blanton's job as quarterback in this one. Just too much offense by Swearingen, the halfback for Charleston. Again, we wish Swearingen the best. We saw Swearingen go down midway through the 4th quarter with an injury. We just hope it's nothing serious. But congrats to Charles Blanton on a great game played today. As this handoff is made to the fullback for Charleston, Terrell Sutherland, and that goes for a 5-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 5 from the 34-yard line of Seattle. 2.5 minutes, 2:35 and counting to go in this 4th quarter. Backups in now for Charleston, trying to close this one out and move on to week 2. Going 1-0 after the first week of season 19, after just having a great game on both sides of the ball. Keith Swearingen with 6 total touchdowns, over 200 total yards. As we see this handoff made down to the 31-yard line, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning here in this one. You're watching the SFL live from HyperX Arena in Las Vegas. Charleston 52, Seattle 24. Don't go anywhere. We'll close this one out in just a moment. Third and 2 now from the Seattle 30-yard line. Hands the ball off to the fullback, Terrell Sutherland. They're going to give him a first down, and Seattle will use their first time out. First and 10 from Seattle's 28-yard line. .157 left to go. All Charleston needs at this point is one more first down, and this one is pretty much over. I formation now for Charleston on 1st and 10 from 28. Hands the ball off to the backup halfback and gets the ball down to the 26-yard line for a nice 3-yard gain. And a fractured arm for Keith Swearingen. You see the update. A fractured arm for Keith Swearingen. He's going to be out for the remainder of this game. Again, we said it earlier, about halfway through the fourth quarter. If he was going to come back in, or if he wasn't severely injured, they probably should have kept him out anyways to save him for next week. but he's too injured to come back. But he'll be back ready to go week 2. As you see this handoff made by Davious up to the 19-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 1. And Seattle will call their last time out of this ball game. And again, Charleston with a 3rd and 1 from the 19, just needs 1 yard now to take a few nails down to run the rest of this clock out. Pro set for King at quarterback. Hands the ball off to the Bees. Nice pull up to the left-hand side off tackle up to the 17-yard line. And the clock will continue to run with 1:40 and counting. And as we see some of the good games going on in the crowd here live at the convention, Charleston just had themselves a great game here today. Seattle, Trellis Plant, the quarterback, had himself a great day. Tina Queen getting herself her first touchdown through the air, receiving, as well as Trellis Plant getting his first 3 touchdowns through the air in his rookie career. Congrats to them on their rookie careers. As we see the final few knees being taken. 45 seconds and counting now. And King will take the final snap coming up here for Charleston. And the celebration is on for the Charleston Predators here in week 1. With the score line with 20 seconds and counting in this one, 52 Charleston, Seattle 24. The storyline in this ball game, once again, 6 total touchdowns by the halfback, Keith Swearingen. And this one is over, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for watching this ball game here live from the HyperX Arena here in Las Vegas. We see some of the scoring lines and totals in this ball game. 550 total yards for Charleston's offense. Had their way against Seattle. Trellis Plant had himself a good game. Gears had a touchdown pass in this one as well. Again, Plant 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions into his stat line. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty of games to go in this one. A nice slated game, the rest of this game. I've been Nate Hall, your broadcaster for this one. Again, take a look at a few more of the highlights for this one. Nice passes made by Kenzeth Johnson to Davious Reed. Interceptions by Jacob Clear as well. Nice touchdown catch by Christopher Ochoa later in this one in the 3rd quarter. Trellis Plant late in the 4th, getting a nice 74-yarder in the 4th quarter to Patton for his final touchdown throw of this game. And that'll do it. Your player of the game from this one is going to be Keith Swearingen, and why not? 3 touchdowns on the ground, 201 total yards, and 3 more through the receiving end. 6 total touchdowns. Keith Swearingen, your player of the game. You're watching the SFL live from the XFL Arena here in Las Vegas. Have yourself a wonderful day. I'm Nate Hall, your play-by-play and broadcaster. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.